My husband forgot our anniversary. I let it slide. Then I found out he took his mother out instead to a fancy dinner I had booked for us. She needed it more than you, he said. I canceled the reservation. But she didn't cancel the post she made later, a picture of them holding hands with the caption, "The only woman who'll never leave him." I left the comment section on. I let the internet handle it. I'm 39. My husband, Aaron, is 42. We live in Austin, Texas. We've been married for 6 years, together for 8. I work in health insurance filling. He works in IT for the city. We live a pretty normal life. Nothing flashy, just steady. Aaron isn't a loud guy. He's the type that lets other people talk first. He never liked big groups. I used to find that calming. I thought he was gentle, easy to be around, not one of those look-at-me types. But over the years, that quiet started feeling like something else. He stopped doing small, kind things. Stopped listening. When I spoke, he was looking at his phone or half nodding like a parent pretending to listen to a kid's story. I started feeling like I was living next to someone, not with them. Still, I thought maybe it was just marriage. The longer you're with someone, the more you have to try, right? I always tried. This year was supposed to be different. I had big plans for our 6th anniversary. I made a reservation at Cicada. It's a little place downtown where we celebrated our 3rd anniversary. It's dimly lit, quiet, great food, real cloth napkins. We always said it was our spot. I booked it 2 months ahead. Told him about it 5 times. Sent him the email with the reservation. Even reminded him the week before. He smiled and said, "I got it. Looking forward to it." So, April 12th comes. I left work early so I'd have time to get ready. Took my time doing my makeup, curled my hair, even put on that navy-wrapped dress he once complimented on our 2nd date. I lit a candle in the bathroom while getting ready. I wanted to feel excited again. I thought maybe this would bring us back together. I was ready by 6. Reservation was for 7. At 6:30, I still hadn't heard from him. No text, no call. I tried not to panic. Maybe he got held up at work? At 6:45, I called him. He answered on the 2nd ring. I could hear plates and soft jazz music in the background. "Hey," I said, trying to sound normal. "You on your way?" "To what?" he asked. I laughed a little, thinking maybe he was joking. "Dinner? Our anniversary." He went quiet, then said, "Wait, that's tonight?" I sat down on the edge of the bed. "Yes, Aaron. It's today, April 12th. I've told you so many times." He sighed, not apologetic. Annoyed. "Shit. I thought that was next week. Where are you?" "I'm at Cicada." I thought I misheard him. "You're where?" "Cicada. Mom had a rough week." I figured she needed to get out of the house. I used the email confirmation you sent me. I couldn't even speak for a second. He kept going like it was no big deal. "She's been feeling down, and honestly, I didn't want her sitting home alone." "You're fine. You're strong. She needed this more than you right now." I hung up. I didn't cry. Not yet. I just sat there, numb, in full makeup and heels, staring at the wall. Then I called the restaurant. Told them to cancel the reservation under my name. Told them the people there weren't authorized to use it anymore. I made it clear they shouldn't be given the free dessert that came with the anniversary package. I was polite but firm. Then I poured myself a glass of wine and sat in silence for a while. At around 9:15, I got a Facebook notification. His mom had posted a picture. Her and Aaron, smiling at Cicada. Candles on the table. Plates empty. Wine glasses full. She captioned it, "The only woman who'll never leave him." That hit like a knife to the chest. She knew what day it was. She's the kind of woman who has a wall calendar and highlights birthdays, anniversaries, and dental appointments. She didn't forget. She chose. I didn't comment. I didn't message her. I didn't text Aaron. I just hit share. No caption. Just her post, now on my timeline. And I didn't turn off the comments. By morning, there were over 100. People from church, old coworkers, friends from college, even a few of her bridge club ladies. Some defended her. Most didn't. Some were gentle. Wasn't it their anniversary? Others were blunt. This is weird. One woman just wrote, "Yikes. I left it all up." Aaron called me that afternoon. Mad. Not sorry. Just mad. "You're blowing this out of proportion," he said. I hung up again. I haven't talked to him since, but it's not over. Not even close. So here's what happened next. After I shared the post and the comments started piling up, Aaron didn't come home that night. He texted me around 10:45 p.m., staying at mom's. "You need time to cool off." I didn't reply. What I needed wasn't time. I needed a husband who gave a damn. The next day, I went into work like normal. I didn't want to sit at home stewing. My coworker Jenny noticed something was off. I told her a small version of the story. Left out the Facebook post, just said Aaron forgot and went to dinner with his mom instead. Her mouth dropped open. "He what?" Then she looked me dead in the eyes and said something that stuck with me. "You know this ain't the first time he chose her over you, right?" I blinked. "What do you mean?" Turns out, Jenny had seen Aaron and his mom together at another dinner about a year ago. Not just any dinner, Valentine's Day. She thought maybe I was working late or out of town. I was neither. I was home. He had told me he was working late that night. I even remember texting him around 8, asking if he wanted me to save him leftovers. He said no, he'd grab something on the way back. He grabbed it, all right. With his mother. That put a pit in my stomach I couldn't ignore. Later that week, I went through our joint credit card statements. I wasn't looking for cheating. I didn't think he was cheating. I was looking for patterns. And there they were. Dozens of restaurant charges over the past 2 years. Some were obvious business lunches. But others? Places we never went to. Places he always said were too pricey for us. But not for her. He was whining about saving for a new car, but he was dropping $200 at steakhouses every other week. With her. I called the last restaurant he visited before our anniversary. Asked who the reservation was under. His mom's name. I started to feel sick. It was like I was the side character in my own marriage. The next day, I pulled a move I'm not proud of. But I don't regret it. I logged into his iCloud account. He never changed the password after we set it up when we first got married. He didn't cheat. No flirty messages. No other women. But there were texts between him and his mom that made my skin crawl. February 13th. Her. "Don't forget we have our Valentine's dinner tomorrow. Same place. 6:30. I'm your forever date." Him. "Wouldn't miss it, Mom. You're my #1 girl." Her. "She'll be fine. You know how strong she is. Not like me." Him. "I know. She never complains." They had dinner dates. Weekly ones. He never told me. Sometimes twice a week. She called it their tradition. I guess I was just supposed to be grateful he came home after. That weekend, Aaron finally came back to the house. I was on the couch watching something mindless, just trying to not fall apart. He walked in like nothing happened. "Hey, you want to talk?" I turned off the TV. "Sure, let's talk." We sat down across from each other. He looked tired, like he had been through something. "I feel like you overreacted. It was one dinner. My mom's been feeling low. She said you'd understand." I stared at him. "You used the dinner I planned for our anniversary to take your mother out and then blamed me for not understanding it?" He shrugged. "She raised me. She sacrificed everything. You know how close we are." I asked him something then that I wish I had asked years ago. "If you had to choose between her and me, who would you choose?" He didn't even think. "My mom." Obviously. That was it. That was the moment I knew. Not just that he didn't love me the way a husband should, but that he never really did. Not the way I needed. Not the way a marriage needs. I said nothing. just stood up and went into our bedroom. I started packing a bag. Not mine. His. He followed me, confused. What are you doing? You can go back to your mom's, I said, calm as ice. She's your number one girl. You don't need me in the way. He laughed, like it was a joke. You're kicking me out because I forgot a date? I looked him dead in the eyes. No. I'm kicking you out because I finally remembered mine. He blinked. What date? The day I stopped being your wife and started being your replacement caretaker. He didn't say another word. Just packed and left. But this story isn't over. Because his mother wasn't done. And neither was I. A week after Aaron moved out, I started breathing again. Not fully, more like short gasps, but it was something. The house was quiet. Not the cold kind of quiet we'd had for the past year, but peaceful. Honest quiet. I could leave a dish in the sink without hearing a sigh behind me. I could fall asleep without pretending not to feel a body next to me that felt miles away. I thought that would be the worst of it. I was wrong. It started small. Little things. My car tires looked low one morning. All four of them. Not flat, but close. I drive a newer Corolla. It has those sensor alerts. Said all four tires were at 22 psi. I always keep them at 34. Weird, I thought. Maybe the weather? Then the mailbox got left open. Twice in 3 days. Once with the mail still inside, soaked from the rain. Then my neighbor Martha caught me outside one morning. She's sweet, mid-60s, always wearing a cardigan no matter the season. She hesitated before speaking. Honey, was that your mother-in-law parked outside your house Tuesday night? I froze. What do you mean? I walk my dog late. Around 11:30. There was a silver Lexus sitting there. Lights off. Just parked. I walked by and saw her in the driver's seat. She looked like she was watching the house. I thanked her. Told her it was probably nothing. But I knew it wasn't. I checked my ring cam footage. There she was, Aaron's mom, sitting outside my house. Twice in 1 week. Always after 11 p.m. Just sitting there. I told Aaron. Texted him the footage and said, "You need to talk to your mother." He replied, "She was just worried about you. You've been acting unstable." Unstable. That word hit me in the throat. She stalks my house, flattens my tires, ruins my mail, and I'm unstable? I didn't respond. That night, I got a call from an unknown number. Voicemail. It was her voice. "You're tearing him apart. I hope you're happy. You took my son from me. You embarrassed us. Everyone's talking. You don't deserve him." She was crying. But it wasn't sadness. It was something else. Bitterness. Entitlement. Like I had stolen something that always belonged to her. The next morning, I found dead flowers stuffed into my front door handle. Not laid gently. Shoved. Like someone wanted to ruin them on purpose. The petals were crushed. Wet. The message was clear. I changed my locks that day. A week later, I got served. Aaron was filing for legal separation. Not divorce. Separation. Which in Texas doesn't mean much legally, but it was a shot across the bow. A message. You won't leave clean. And inside the paperwork, under reasons, he wrote, emotional instability. Inappropriate use of social media to damage reputation. Refusal to seek counseling. He was building a story. One where I was the problem. I needed to act, and quick. So I did what I never thought I'd do. I called his father. They'd been divorced for 20 years. Aaron rarely talked to him. But I had his number from a Christmas card he once sent us. I figured he might know what I was dealing with. Turns out, he knew exactly. His first words? "You're not the first woman she's done this to." He told me about Aaron's ex-girlfriend from college. A sweet girl named Dana. They dated for 3 years. Lived together. Talked marriage. Until one day, Dana just disappeared. No call. No goodbye. Nothing. Aaron said she got cold feet. But his father told a different story. Apparently, Erin's mom showed up at Dana's job, told her she was stealing her baby and ruining his future, threatened her, embarrassed her, left voicemails. Dana filed a police report. Erin sided with his mother. Dana moved states to get away. That shook me. Hard. But it also lit a fire. Because now I knew I wasn't just fighting Erin. I was fighting a whole pattern. A sick, twisted legacy. And it was time to end it. I sat with everything his father told me for a full day. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I planned. For 6 years, I played the quiet, patient wife. I forgave. I let things slide. I gave space. I made excuses. But that woman, Erin's mother, she counted on that. She saw my silence as weakness. She saw my kindness as an open door. So I shut it. First, I printed every message. Every text, email, screenshot. Her voicemail. The ring footage. The credit card statements with dinner charges to all the places he told me were too expensive. I compiled it into a folder I labeled evidence, control, and manipulation. I contacted a lawyer. A real shark. The kind of woman who wore sharp suits and didn't blink when I told her I wanted to go for full divorce with grounds. She looked through my folder and said, "Oh, we've got a story here. Let's tell it." And we did. We filed for divorce, not separation. Claimed emotional abandonment, mental distress, and financial deception. We included a restraining order against his mother for harassment and stalking. Erin tried to act surprised. He sent me a message, "You didn't have to go nuclear." I ignored it, because the next move was mine. Remember that Facebook post his mother made? The one with the dinner photo and the caption, "The only woman who'll never leave him"? It was still public. So I posted a follow-up. Same picture. But this time, I added, "Update, she was right." He left me instead. For her. Used our anniversary dinner to celebrate with his mom. Forgot the date. Lied about other dinners. Shared with permission. Voicemail, ring cam footage, and more in the comments. Thank you for proving my point. And I attached the audio of her voicemail. The video of her sitting in her car at midnight. The text thread between her and Erin where she called me a burden and told him to come home to his real girl. It exploded. People shared it. Commented. Tagged each other. Some called it sad. Others called it sick. But one thing everyone agreed on? This wasn't about love. This was obsession. Erin's mother deleted her account that night. Erin went silent. 2 weeks later, I got a call from his cousin Amy. I barely knew her, but we'd chatted at reunions. She told me everything fell apart. Erin lost 2 job offers when someone forwarded the post to his HR contacts. Apparently, both companies had family values clauses. His mother was banned from her church after some of the ladies there saw the videos and confronted her. And Erin? He was staying at a hotel now. Because she wouldn't let him stay at her house anymore. Not after he lost the jobs. Not after people started looking at her sideways in public. She blamed him for the fallout. All of it. He finally saw what I had seen all along, but it was too late. The divorce went through fast. My lawyer made sure I got everything I asked for. I kept the house. The car. I even got partial spousal support, since I'd helped him pay off his student loans during our marriage. He didn't fight it. He didn't have the strength anymore. He called once. Just once. I let it go to voicemail. I messed up. I see that now. I lost you because I let her control everything. I didn't know how to choose. I thought I was doing the right thing. I was wrong. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know I get it now. I didn't call back. Because some lessons come too late. And some people don't deserve a second chance. I wasn't perfect either. I let things slide. I didn't speak up sooner. I waited, hoping things would change. But I've learned something from all this. Silence doesn't save you. Truth does. And sometimes, Revenge doesn't look like screaming or slamming doors. Sometimes, it looks like letting the world see exactly what someone wants to keep hidden, and then walking away while it burns.